Sometimes we have some really tough uh, decisions to make, right? Have you ever analyzed the different kinds of decisions, and why they might be difficult to make? Well, there's a lot of different paradigms by which psychologists and, corporate kind of leadership strategists work on decision models. But let me give you one that is one that gets people stuck a lot. And when they don't make this decision and they continue, it keeps them stuck. So it can get us stuck and then it can keep us stuck. And what kind of decision am I talking about? I'm talking about when we find ourselves, and this is probably every single day, and the person that can master this skill really goes a long way in mastering a lot of things in life. And that is the skill of looking at and dealing with incompatible wishes. Incompatible wishes. Well, what does that mean? It means I want two things and I can't have both. Okay. I want two things and they're both good things, maybe. Or maybe they're not good things, or maybe one of them's good and one of them's bad. Who cares? The fact is that they're incompatible. And what a lot of people do is they continue down a road with incompatible wishes, trying to make it work. And they wonder why this isn't working. And I'm not really getting either one of what I want. Well, a lot of times it's because they're incompatible. You can't have both of them. Okay. You just can't have both of them. If you recognize that, that can lead to a learning moment and you can get above the decision and begin to think about, well, what do I want to prioritize here? Which one's most important to me? And sometimes it's not a priority thing of which one's most important to me. Sometimes it's a timing or a strategic thing. Now, I was talking to somebody the other day who one of their goals was they really wanted to become the top salesperson in the country for their industry. One of their other goals for that year was to become the most, dedicated and involved parent in their kids' sports team. Really? You're gonna do both of those? Tell me how you're gonna do both of those. And see, they were making that commitment based on love, that they love their career, love the goals, they love their kids. So let's put all the things we love up there and let's give it my all, right? Well, not right. Because you can't give it your all and then give something else your all. Both these things are good. But for the year in the same year to pull off both of those, it's incompatible. It's not going to happen. And you're going to fail at both. So it's not like prioritizing one over the other, maybe in a 10-year span, but it may be saying that right now, for this season, I need to take one of those and put it aside and do the other one of those and do the other one. I can't remember which one. I don't think he's made the decision yet, but it's still a tough decision because, there are other years he'd be able to be the involved coach, and maybe this is the best year to have the shot at, making the sales that he wanted to make, or vice versa. It's not always a moral judgment. Sometimes it's just about timing. Okay, what's the best thing to do when? So, how about a few examples of incompatible wishes? Well, I want to be on this committee and in that small group and take this class, and I want to get my degree, you know, in 3 years or 2 years or whatever. It's going to with online classes and blah 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 blah. Well, really, are those really compatible wishes? Probably not enough time and energy for that. Or you're going to suffer at both of them. How about we had this call yesterday or the day before, with somebody that was dating somebody, woman that was dating this guy, and started talking to her about what she really wanted in a good relationship. She wanted somebody that could listen to her. She wanted somebody that kind of cared about her needs as well as his own. She wanted somebody that shared her values. Okay. Well, she also was very emotionally attached to, let's call him Davy. All right. She really wanted Davy. She loved Davy. But Davy wasn't emotionally connecting in the way that she needed him to. He didn't share her values and whatever else. You can't have both. You can't have this kind of person and have Davy. Okay? Can't have both. So you're gonna have to pick one. You want Davy and give up on ever being listened to, at least in any foreseeable future, if you're gonna marry this guy. Okay? Or do you want to have a relationship that's healthy? And if you want that, then Davy's not the guy, at least right now, until Davy becomes the guy. Now, if Davy became the guy, then he could, as I always say, sit in that chair. You know, what I like to say to singles is, look, get the job description down first. Whoever you get serious with has got to, handful of things, right? Then dating is the interview process. Because whoever gets that job, whoever gets promoted from dating to boyfriend or girlfriend is going to be promoted like in any other job because they performed. They showed up with the character that you need. They showed up with the relationship skills that you need. But what happens is people will promote them before they perform. And then it's the Peter principle. They've advanced in the career of dating past their talents and abilities. And so then you got a mess, right? Somebody's got to get fired. So just think about some of the things that you're wanting. Think about some of the things you're wanting. And maybe look at that list. Maybe some of them are incompatible, at least for a season. At least for a season. Let's say it's non-COVID year, right? We're out going to gatherings and parties and all that, and it's December 1st. And you have a goal of, I'm going to lose 10 pounds by the new year. And you have a goal of, I've been locked up in COVID and now we're not locked up and I want to go to, 20 parties over Christmas season. Really? You're going to go to 20 parties and lose 10 pounds? Never seen it done, but we want to follow you around with a camera because that's hard to do. Maybe you might want to, if you go to 20 parties, put off the diet until January. You know what your limits are, you know what your abilities are, but you got to decide, am I wanting things that are incompatible? Now, some people, if you're an Olympic athlete, for example, you know what I'm talking about. Or you're a high performer in some field like sports or something that really, really takes total dedication. You know what I'm talking about. There's other things that you just couldn't do. But the ones that try to do both, you usually don't see them wearing the gold medal in a sports event or on the other side in a marriage or a family. Tough to do both sometimes. These are all life decisions. They're about priorities. But it's a good concept to think about. Is what I'm wanting, are the things that I'm wanting incompatible with each other? And I have to choose.